Right, can everybody see that?
Yes.
Great, excellent. Okay, great. Well, thank you very much for giving up a bit of your time tonight. There's one more coming out. I just let that person in. So, okay, right. Thank you very much for all just turning up, giving up a bit of your time to see actually why we are so excited. I know a few of you have met me before, and you probably know a bit about my background. I've been involved in multi-level marketing for about 17 years. And, and multi-level marketing is a type of business where you have to register people to make money. You actually have to build and develop teams, and it can be quite long-winded to do that. But of course, there's been lots of things changing over the last few years, the last five years especially. I don't know if you notice, if you go into McDonald's, there's something called artificial intelligence sort of taking over. And, they say it's going to be quite a high percentage of people's jobs will be lost. As I say, look at McDonald's. When you walk in the door, they've got rid of all the cashiers and they have a machine and you have to type in your order. And even in the boating places, or if you go to the airport, you check your ticket in yourself. And it just proves that modern technology is really going crazy now, okay? And everything's gone digital, and it's possible to do so many things that we couldn't do 5 years ago. But of course, there's many people that they are, they can be quite negative. Oh no, my job's going to be outdated, and a robot's going to take my job. But the thing is, you can either grumble about it and not change with the times, or you could actually do something about it. And this is what this business is about. You can actually use it to your advantage, and that's why I got so excited. And also the other team leaders, that when I showed it to them, they also got excited as well. So I'm hoping that you will enjoy the road and actually see the same vision that we want you to see. But of course, talking about modern technology, I can't even get my screen to change. There you go. But of course, we need to always know where we are. And I'm not going to spend a huge amount of time on this, but this is a thing called the cash flow quadrant. And it's written by a man called Robert Kiyosaki. He's a Chinese American author. And in this particular illustration, he's talking about all the world's money. If it's divided up, who actually gets that money and how are they affected by it? But of course, if you're employed, it means that you rent time for money, and you also have a boss that tells you how much you're worth. And then if you're self-employed, it means that's the S there. If you're self-employed, you're a small business owner or a professional. But if you're in that side of the quadrant, that's how you get your income. You are actually producing something called a active-based income. But the thing is, this is where 90% of the world's people are, but they share only 10% of the world's money. Okay, that's why you hear a certain conversation. If you're employed, you always hear people talking about, oh, can I borrow some money? Can't wait for payday. Oh, the car's broken, have to save up. And it's generally a conversation about money problems. And then if you're self-employed, this is what they say, I've got no time, I'm stressed, I haven't had a holiday. And, it's always seemed to me that if you're employed or self-employed, you're either broke or time poor. Okay. And then, of course, we've got the business builder and investor side. This is the big business owners. Okay. And what they do, they're not actually interested in a safe, secure job. They are interested in financial freedom. They actually build businesses that create passive income. And what they do, they take that passive income and invest it into anything that can make money for them. Okay. Well, there's good news and bad news from this side, okay? Because the bad news is for us is that there's only 10% of the world's people there, but they are sharing 90% of the world's money. That's the bad point. The good news is there's only 10% over there, so that means there's more room for some of us to actually go over the other side, okay? So, of course, we're going to show you what we are doing. But we're going to be talking about artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is a robot which mimics our own intelligence, Okay, it likes to do, it can do tasks that, you know, again and again and again, and it never complains. And also, once it's programmed, it also does it correct. You know, have you ever been doing your job and made a mistake? Well, robots don't generally make mistakes. As long as they're programmed right, they can do anything. Okay, but when I was working in multi-level marketing, we had to work very, very well at marketing and sales and skills with people, because we were building people business. Okay, so we had to learn so much to even be able to make money. But a robot can be programmed to do every single thing for us. Okay, and this is what got me interested. AI marketing is a robot which it runs massive advertising campaigns on the internet. Okay, and all the robot needs is an advertising budget to work with. Okay, so you simply register, you set a budget which works for you. Okay, and then the robot simply starts working within 48 hours. It actually starts working, and you actually start seeing money coming into the account. And it starts off small, but when I first saw it, I woke up in the morning and checked the account, and it just clicked in my mind. I thought, I just made money while I was sleeping. And I'm the type of person, if it can make $10, it can make $100. If it can make $100, it can make $1,000. And that's just the way I think. So every day the robot will use a small part of your budget that you've set, and each sale that's made, you're going to receive a cashback. Okay, anybody ever heard of cashback before? When you buy something, they give you a bit of a cashback, but this is all done digitally by a robot. So the higher your budget, the more the robot can work for you. Okay, it's very, very simple. The higher amount of money in your budget, the more advertising the robot can do for you, and then you will receive more and more cashback. Okay, and once you're actually getting a cashback, you can then have a choice. You can either remove the money as cash into your bank, or you can reinvest your profits back into the robot, so the robot works even harder for you, in return actually making you more money. A little bit about the company. The company's ranked within the top 500 in the world. So if you know that we've got all the information on this, if you ever want to ask about it, we have this information, but it's basically ranked within the top 500. It's got 1.5 billion websites which they are linked in with this, you know, and such companies are like McDonald's, KFC, H&M, Lidl. They're all these companies are involved as well. So this is not a small thing, okay, that's going on. But there's 300 registered domain names globally, over 1 billion visitors yearly. Okay, and the company's been running for around 4 years. Okay, the choice that you have now, you know, if you're working a job, and what we normally do, we put the money in our bank, don't we? And once we've paid our bills, if there's anything left, we're sort of educated, well, you need to save money. But the thing is, when you save money, what does the bank actually give you? It gives you around 1 to 2% interest. It's normally like that, and it's not really that good, is it? You know, it's not a lot of money. But when you are investing with a robot, it gives you up to 35% every single month. So, you know, that is just a sort of a decision. You can try a little bit of money in the robot and start making 35%, or just leave it in the bank at 1%. It's just a choice. So to get started is very, very simple, although it's a little bit different because it's 2 websites which run together. Okay, 2 websites which run together. So it makes the registration, it has to be done a very, very special way. So we actually have a film that you can use to register that, or get help from the person who introduced you. But you will be given something called an IBM network link. It will look something roughly like that. So my screen is playing up again. Let's try again. When you click on the link, you come down to the little blue writing. You don't put your email in here. I've seen people do that mistake. You actually have to go down to where it says register now, okay? And then you fill in your name, last name, you know, all the normal things. Make sure you tick the box at the bottom and press the blue button, which is register. And that takes you into the first site, okay? This site, we will do extra training to teach you how to use it on, you know, because you don't really have to focus on this one so much, but you can if you want to build a big business. That's why we keep it separate. But your next step after coming to this part is to click on AI marketing, and that actually directs you through to the site where all the money is made, okay? And it will come up in Russian, but don't worry about that. You just click on the little globe, and it is a global business, so you know you can pick any language which works for you, okay? But of course, for me, I'm going to pick English, so it will change to English. You click on the blue button, and it will take you to a screen that looks like this. And as you see, there are some other icons there which I've actually crossed out. And it's very, very important at this step, you click on the blue brain, okay? Always use the brain, or use your brain, but don't use any of the others, because what it does, it's the only way that connects this website with the other one, okay? And they have to communicate together. So if you click on the second one, which is Google, you know, that's normally a habit that we do. Oh, Google's safe, or Facebook is safe to use, but not on this one. It must always be the blue brain. And then it will come to this page. You enter your email address that you registered with the first site. You enter your password that you used on the first site, click the box and log in, and you're good to go. But now we want you to understand the journey, okay? Because this is very, very different to multi-level marketing, okay? But remember I said that you had to sponsor lots and lots of people, build massive, massive teams to be able to make any money, okay? The most that the minimum that you need to invest to get the robot working properly is $125. So if you're in Sweden, it's about, I don't know, around 1,000 crowns, okay? It's not a massive investment, okay? A lot of people have 1,000 crowns sitting in their bank earning 1%. But here, I'm just going to explain, this is a journey, okay? And this is what a lot of top leaders are using exactly to build their business. And I'm doing exactly the same. I'm not changing anything. And also we've got other leaders in Sweden that are working exactly the same way. So month one, these are the months, okay? So month one, you start with $125. The robot starts working when you are sleeping. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to talk to anyone. You don't need to learn so much, but the robot's doing work for you. After 1 month, it would have earned roughly $137. Okay, and notice here it says withdraw monthly, and of course you can withdraw money, but we recommend not to, because the goal is to build the advertising budget up and up and up every single month, because it starts to go out of control in a positive way. Because what happens is the $125 makes $37. And then you will invest the entire amount back in, which is $162. So on month 2, you would have made $48, okay? Plus, so they give you this back and this amount back. So the next month you can invest $200, and you make $63. So then you can invest $274 and then make $82. So you get to the pattern. After 9 months, you will have around $1,000 advertising budget, okay? And you can start taking $100 a month if you want to, okay? Because we recommend you put most of the profit back in. But if you go down here, we're talking 17 months away, you can start taking $500 a month. But look at the advertising budget, it's just going out of control. And if you look at it right now, we're talking not this Christmas, but the Christmas after, you could be taking $3,000 a month just from one robot. Okay, notice I'm saying one robot because you'll understand what I mean in a second, because this is absolutely amazing potential. And if you continue with what we're saying and just following this PDF exactly, look at the amounts of money after 33 months. Who would like an extra $5,000? That's like 45,000 Swedish crowns if you're in Sweden. That's a lovely passive income. 36, it's all the way up to $7,500, and it doesn't stop. Okay, and the reason it doesn't stop is because so many people are shopping online. Okay, all the companies that when you're actually logged into AI marketing and you see all the well-known brands which are being sold, these are everyday high street shops that you see. Okay, so people aren't going to stop shopping in these places, so it's a pretty good, safe investment. What is the best option for you? Okay, I say there's actually two options. You can start with $125, and you can also make use of the AI marketing voucher. There is a voucher which you can get from the person who invited you. It's worth $50. Okay, but it's not a gift, although it says gift certificate on it, but it's not, because you have to give it back. Okay, but what it does, you can actually load it up with the $50, and the robot, you can actually see the robot working without investing your own money. Okay, which is quite nice. But I recommend that you can make a decision to use the $50 voucher and invest $125 at the same time, because then you're going to be straight away working with the PDF which I just showed you. Okay, you can also get a copy of that PDF so you have something to go by. If you are a person that's not in the best financial situation, because I know people come from different countries, and $125 is a lot of money. It's a lot of money, but we still don't want you to miss out. Okay, but what I'm seeing is all over the world, there's so many people that they're giving this free voucher away all the time, and it's not good, because what happens is they're promoting it wrong. They're saying, oh, here's a $50 voucher, I give it to you. Their robot they start seeing some money working, but because you haven't invested any money of your own yet, that you never make any money, and that's sad, because people make their opinion is wrong of the business, because I've been in that AI marketing, I didn't make any money, and no, it just wasn't started correctly. So what I'm saying to every person in countries where $125 is a lot of money, the good news is that you could set yourself a payment plan that you open up your own AI marketing for free. Okay, you don't use the voucher. Okay, you don't use the voucher. You just start putting in, say, $10 here, and then when you've got another $10, put another $10 in, and build up to the $125. Because once you're at the $125 in the AI marketing account, you can then start beginning the PDF which I just showed you. So anybody can be on that same road. Yeah, so here's the voucher. If you're ready to invest, as I say, just put $125 in, just get the robot going. Okay, it starts making money directly within 48 hours. It starts getting to work, and that's what the gift voucher looks like. If you haven't got money to invest, I recommend that you work out what you can afford. The minimum is $10, as I said. Do not use the voucher. Okay, it's really important you don't use it if you haven't got any money to invest yet, because, as I say, it will kill you in the business, and we want you to actually succeed. That's why we recommend it. So this is where it's a little bit different, because when we're talking about multi-level marketing, as I said, that you need to put thousands of people in your business to make any money. But what we recommend is that you do a building block like this, okay? You start off with one account. So you get a link from the person who showed you. You put your $125 in and you get your first robot working, okay? Within your account, you also have your own personal link that if you want to register people, you can, okay? And they will end up in a network under you. But in my experience, if people don't have big enough dreams and goals, they don't do anything anyway. But here you're allowed to have more than one account, so you can just register yourself again, okay? And so you actually end up becoming your own downline because you can be in control of yourself, correct? So what we recommend is that you start one robot working first, and then you start number 2 and then get that one working, and then you get number 3 working, and then number 4 working, okay? Can you imagine if you got 4 robots working as I showed you on that PDF in Sweden at 120,000 crowns a month coming, and that's life-changing, okay? And that's just with 4 accounts. That's not without registering anybody. But of course, when you are excited about something, or people start seeing that you've suddenly got money, you know, they say, well, what are you doing? Why are you so excited? And, you know, it's very, very easy. Well, you know, if you're really serious, you know, come along to one of these meetings. There's a guy that will explain it better, okay? And this is the structure if you want to build a business, because there are other bonus systems in place, okay? Remember I said there was 2 websites. On the first website, there's another bonus system in there, which is huge, and I'm not even going to cover that tonight. But if you build a team which ends up with lots of volume, there is a ranking system which the bonuses are huge. They are really huge. We know a lady from Holland. She's been involved for 1.5 years. She got $150,000 2 weeks ago, and that was just a one-off check because she built the network, okay? But I'm not saying you don't have to build the network. You can always earn good money just with one account, okay? So if you're a person that doesn't want to build, doesn't want to tell anyone, that's okay. Just have one robot. If you want to earn a bit more money, you can have level 1, you just register yourself 3 times. But if you end up with a friend that says, "Oi, what are you doing?" Okay, they say, "Oh, what are you doing?" And you say, "Well, okay, come to a meeting, you can have a look." And all we're going to do is show them exactly the same building block, how they can become wealthy. Okay, so there's no must to register people to make money. It's very, very different, although it's got a similar sort of network structure, but there's no pressuring people. For me, I don't care if people join or not, because I've already got my 4 accounts. And if you're brand new, you can also have the same attitude, because, you know, it's very, very easy to build this. If you're going to build this properly as a structure, if you want to build it as a team and you want to build something absolutely huge and stable, I recommend that you work in 3 teams, okay? And you could start 4, you can start as many of these teams as you want. You can register yourself 10 times if you want. But I recommend you build, if you want to build teams, I recommend you go, this is 1 level here, and then you've put some friends in, and then the next level starts there. I recommend that you build at least 5 levels deep in each team before you start another team up. The reason being is because you can't possibly look after it properly as it's been built, okay? So I really recommend that you just build it 1 little baby step at a time. But the main focus straight away is you at number 1. This just 1 robot, as I said, can earn you, you know, a lot of money within the next year. But if you want the PDF, you can get it from the person who invited you. We also have a WhatsApp group this is for people that are registered already and they're serious about, you know, just not always serious about building, but I mean serious about actually getting one robot going, okay? Because when you're in the WhatsApp group, you'll see when the education, like this meeting we're having tonight, we do this once a week. We don't want to overwork. We sometimes meet up for real because we actually miss meeting each other for real, you know. But you know, we meet up in Stockholm. We're actually meeting up next week. So if there's anybody that wants to tag along and say hello, see a real person for once, you know, you're welcome. But everything is done online. We're able to build the business online, and we're able to help you and guide you step by step. But to be honest, you know, the business is, my experience of this business so far, it's so simple and easy, it's almost boring to build. It's almost, I'm actually waiting for things to happen, you know. So, yeah, so that's the way it is. So just work smart with it, you know, keep your future in mind, you know, begin with the end in mind, you know, what you want from it, you know, look at that PDF and you look down the chart and you can count how many months you want to go on. You can just decide, okay, what amount of money do we want coming into our family that would make a difference, okay? And then you count back all the way to today and see how far away it is, okay? And you start making your own goals. You know, you can also invest more money, but you don't have to, okay? I've seen people, they've put in $10,000, $5,000. I can tell you, you know, the person who put $1,000 in, I know that he made $700 straight away within, I think it was 14 days, just so you know. But you don't have to, okay? I'd rather keep it simple for everybody and no pressure. Keep it as a year project, okay? That you're building an asset that can change your life starting from next summer, okay? So if you're in Sweden right now, how's your summer holiday going to be for next summer? All you need to do, you need to feed your robot, okay? You need to that's the only thing you do need to do, is that you need to log in, and when the cashbacks come in, you need to make sure you move it back into so the robot's fed, because it's always working all the time, but we physically need to have to go in and move the money back in again. So don't let your robot go hungry, because it goes to sleep, and even robots go to sleep if you don't look after them, okay? So thanks very much for listening to me. If you have any questions, just get back to the person who invited you. And if you know me personally, just ask me, send me a message too, okay?